their wife. They're not connecting properly with their wives. That's why I am here. But we should get this right. We're not judging anyone who is compromising. That's what we've said as we were beginning. But we should get it right in this way. A married man is a married man. As much as he tells you that, hey, you live in my heart, my wife and the kids live in the house.
What?
Yeah, they will tell you that. They will come telling you, giving you promises, telling you how much they love you. Like you said, they usually say,
I live with my friend and her kids.
Live with my friend. At 50, how do you live with your friends and the kids?
I'm only there because of the kids.
I'm only there because of
those kids.
I would have left.
I'll be living with you.
Dating. These girls are probably in first year, second year, or just finished college. Their daughters are usually almost the same age as the girls whom they are trying to sponsor.
Attention to mubaba has to be someone who is financially stable. So, Sharon. Hi guys, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my M&W show. My name is Whitney. In case it is your first time coming across this channel, kindly consider subscribing, be part of this wonderful community. And for our returning subscribers, we say thank you, because your feedbacks in the comment section, they keep us going. So thank you for keeping it locked to M&W show. Today I have a podcast with these amazing people seated right here with me. We are going to have a discussion on a particular topic that has a controversy in our current society. So guys, before we pick it up, I tell you to buckle it up, stay locked in this channel as we proceed. I will give them a chance to introduce themselves. But before that, take a minute to subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Or even a second. Thank you. You have subscribed. Thank you. And starting from my far right, I will start with our guest right here to introduce himself.
Hi guys, what's up? The only guy in the show today. I think that's going to be quite an interesting show. My name is Evans. I'm glad to be part of this show. Always up to meet these beautiful queens, getting to dissect, societal topics, those topics that will just get you like, ooh, tuned in.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm so glad to be in this show today. My name is DJ Cargill. That's what they know me for. And I'm actually glad to meet these people, and I hope you're going to get along so well.
Thank you. And on my left.
Hi guys, once again I'm on M&W show, and I'm so excited to dissect this coming topic. I just don't want to mention the name.
Okay, tell us your name.
My name is Sharon, and I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. So guys, I've seen those are the guests that we have in this panel discussion today. And our topic today is going to dwell about societal issues that affect us each and every time. And the topic today is the relationship between married men and the unmarried ladies, the youngsters. How married men get to convince these ladies to be in a relationship with them, promising the world to them, and they don't end up being part of their lives. And to start with, Evans, how do you get this topic?
I think the whole issue about married men and young girls is an issue that we should not just be ignoring, because a fact be told that there is a very big controversy when it comes to analyzing the reason why a married man, first of all, if you just get that topic, married, and you know what marriage is all about, then you want to bring in a young girl, probably I believe there's somebody between the ages of 18, right, and above, and then you want to get this, younger, probably in her college or just graduated out of college, and then you want them to be in a relationship with somebody already is established in family. So I think it's a very controversial topic, both morally, both ethically, even constitutionally. There are things that raises a lot of questions. We would as well argue that a lady who is above 18 has got the right to make a choice to date. But then if you look at it ethically, is it ethically right? But then of the day, if you sit down as a man and then you're looking at, I am having a family, I have a wife, I have a children, I have some children probably, but here I am, I want to add an additional person to my family, and this person is probably even 2 times younger than my current wife.
Okay.
So it raises a lot of questions, as we'll discuss as the show goes on. But standing from a manly point, or even from a man's perspective, and I believe as the show goes on, we'll be able to see exactly how is the man, how is the man's thinking coming out, in all these things, and how should men approach, dating, especially when it comes to marriage and extramarital, I would call them affairs for now, and how do we move on from there?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sharon, what do you think about this topic?
Okay, so for me, I think we should dissect it from a point of why are married men, like where is the root cause? Why are they so obsessed? I don't want to say obsessed, but why are they running? Why are they chasing young girls?
Yeah.
What are they telling young girls that makes them, cling to them for certain things? I believe we are going to dissect that.
Okay.
And I also feel like this comes from a point of dependence on something, because young girls are naive. Most of them do not know what they're looking for in life. They're just in identity crisis, and they're trying to know themselves. So it also comes from a point of advantage. Someone is taking advantage of the other person, or using the other person for maybe their satisfactions. I also believe we dissect that. So I feel we should discuss it from a point of why is this happening? Like, where is the root cause of all this? And I also feel we should put down the crown of judgment and compromising, and we should just talk about it really. Like, why is it happening? Yeah.
Okay. DJ, have you ever encountered a married man in your life?
I can't say no. I have, but it always depends on how you control it. You are the person who is central. So if that guy comes to you and he says, or most of them don't say they're married, and others say they are married. Depends on how open that person is. So someone can come to you and tell you, I'm a married man, but I want an affair with you. So that depends on you. You're the central part. So it's you to accept it or to decline it. So girls usually look at it at a point that's like, what will I benefit from if I get in this relationship? What will I get? So that's what actually drives so many girls to go there. But in my lifetime, yes, I have encountered them. Can't say one or two or three, many, but I think I've been in a point to control, because I've always viewed those people like this is my dad. So that's actually what has pushed me back. And I think I've tried to avoid, but encountering, yes, I have.
Okay. So maybe if I can ask you, do you think how someone is brought up from their childhood how can I put it? Like, is an upbringing can contribute to someone's decision to marry a married man, like dating a married man? So
no, I can't really say bringing can make someone better married man, because in the current world, people
raise your voice a little bit.
In the current world, girls go after men go after girls. You see, it's a two-way traffic. So if a lady can see a man and they are interested in them, maybe not actually them, but they're interested in what they have. Maybe this guy has a car, this guy have money, and currently I think girls chase money than love. So sorry to say, but a lady can approach that guy, and that guy is married, but it just goes. So I can't say upbringing really affected, because maybe you've been brought in a family where your father is only having your mother, the wife. She doesn't have a second wife, but that one does not affect you because you're going after a man who is married. So I don't think upbringing really affects how you relate in the current world right now.
Okay. So
I think, sorry. I think upbringing really does make you. Okay, from my perspective, let's talk about the people who are raised by single moms, and maybe they didn't experience the fatherly love. These people, most have the desire of, I want to experience a dad's care, a dad's parental. So you feel like, so you'll get to realize that there is something that was missing, something more dominant than the mother. So at some point I heard some girl say, I heard her say, this is a real story. I can't date young men because I wasn't raised by my father. So that's why I'm going after the mubabas, the elder married men. So I think upbringing does, because sometimes when you don't have, you didn't experience that fatherly love, you are looking for it, you are literally looking for it in the wrong place. So I think it does. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That one, whatever you've talked about reminds me the mubaba. So I'm trying to wonder, mubaba starts from what age? Maybe the gentleman here can tell us. Who is a mubaba?
Well, in the current context, first of all, let's agree that when it comes to a married man dating a young girl, married, even a 25-year-old can be married. A 45-year-old can be married. But I believe when it refers to the concept of mubaba, usually these are people who finance the lives of these women, right?
Yeah.
So we know how the economy of the country currently is. It's not easy for somebody below the age of 40, for example, to say that they can easily finance the lives of two people, two families at the same time. So probably I'm thinking of the ages of 35. Especially for men who are in business and have started to establish themselves and trying to, woo other younger girls to be part of their lives. So if you look at the context of most of these relationships, so we're looking at men who are probably in their late 36, 37. Majority of them are in their 40s and 50s. Because if you look at the girls who they are dating, these girls are probably in first year, second year, or just finished college. Their daughters are usually almost the same age as the girls whom they are trying to sponsor.
Yeah.
And for such men, you realize that I would agree with what my sister was saying, that sometimes, or rather in most cases, these so-called mubabas, there is something that they're missing from home, and I believe we'll get there, that would make them come out to go and date these girls who are past college. Or past 18, I know, in college and all that. And this is what we need to address. So when you're faced with the challenge as a man, and then you get this title of mubaba, is the option to go for this other, clandestine, young girls and stuff like that.
Okay. That one brings my attention to mubaba has to be someone who is financially stable. So Sharon had talked about dependency. Does it mean that these young girls are depending on these men for financial stability?
Yes, of course. You see, when we are talking about a mubaba or an elderly man, dating an elderly man probably in his 50s. So what both of them are dependent. There is something they're looking for.
Symbiotic relationship.
Actually, let me call it symbiotic relationship because I'm looking at what can I get from him, and he's looking at how best can he take advantage of my naivety. You get? So these girls, number one, they are naive, and I believe they haven't established something for themselves. Like Evan said, they're in school, so you know the life of a student, yeah. When someone showed them, 50,000 in a week, that is good money for a student. So yes, both of them are dependent on each other, or they are looking for something they can benefit from each other. And as long as they are benefiting, the relationship is sustainable. But when something happens, when one person's needs are not met, then the relationship won't be working. So we are actually looking at a relationship that is has a basis on what can I benefit from you.
Okay, let's bring it raw and clear. Antonina, what do you think a married man can be looking from a young girl?
You said raw and clear.
Unfiltered.
To me, you said a married man looking for or both.
A married man,
looking for
in a young girl.
You said they take advantage of the naivety of the girl. This girl is exposed to sexual intercourse mostly. So this girl is just giving sex in exchange for money. Prostitution underwater. Yes.
Also, basically, it's prostitution
underwater, because you cannot be telling me.
Wait.
See, prostitution underwater. No, why? Because what's the difference between this girl and the girl who is in the streets standing, waiting to be given money after giving sex? What's the difference? Because,
But-
wait,
but-
let me finish. Because
Okay.
this lady is getting everything from a man. Rent, money, and maybe some petty pocket change. What about this guy? Every time he feels like today I wanna have good time.
He finds the lady.
Yes. So what do you call that?
But it's not prostitution. It's okay, it's prostitution.
You guys like to cover a lot of things, and that's covering. But in real life, like, are you putting it like uncovered, as you say? That's just prostitution underwater.
So we are hiding prostitution. So Evans, what do you think? Is it prostitution?
I would agree. It is silent prostitution.
Yes.
Okay.
Underwater. Because it's this exchange and exchange.
Let me tell you.
So you chop, I chop.
Yeah.
If you don't give me money, there's no sex for you. And then if you don't use it, you're not gonna give me money. So what are we doing? Because at the end of the day, this guy is married from the start. As we started, we said this guy is married, and this lady maybe, I don't know, you can be having a boyfriend somewhere. Say. So you're benefiting from me directly, and I'm benefiting from you directly. So if there's no benefit,
there is
that's
no
no
relationship.
Yes.
So that's why you guys are saying it's prostitution low key.
Yeah, and low key, because it's not like open prostitution, but it's just prostitution.
So the only difference is location.
It's just covered prostitution. Yeah, it's a covered prostitution.
Okay, Evans, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with what DJ is saying. It's basically silent prostitution because the only difference between what this girl is doing and what this quote-unquote old man and this young lady is doing is the context is what is different. On one person, you go directly and say, hey, I'm giving you 2,000 bob in exchange for sex. On the other side, we are agreeing that, okay, so you give me a shopping of 20 Gs per week. But whenever you give me that shopping, be rest assured that I'll be giving you the sex. And let's be honest, if it is not sex, then what it is? What is it? What would make a 50-year-old man go to a 21-year-old boy on a campus premises to meet together, for a whole weekend? Of what value is she going to add to this old man if not sex? Nothing. So basically, it's more transactional. And she was right. If you don't give the money, you won't get anything. And there's no way an old man will give you that which you want if he's not going to get anything. Nothing is for free.
There are conditions.
There are conditions.
There are conditions, yeah.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, this guy is married, so he's not gonna marry me. So the best thing I can do, I can just take advantage and have money as much as I can. And this guy knows I'm not gonna marry this lady, but I'm gonna have good time every time, like every week.
But again, I beg to differ because this good time you can have it with your wife. What changes? It's the same lady, like it's a
no,
lady.
we are putting the wife aside. Our wife doesn't appear here. We're having this lady and this man.
But what will make this man not to have this good time with the wife?
They say they want to extend the I don't know.
So Evans, let me ask you:
Yes.
Does it mean that men with the time get bored with having the same woman, or is it just discipline?
I would like to comment by saying that marriage is an institution. That is what people have never realized. So the moment you decide to and say I do, you're going to live with this person for the next whatever years that you have in this world. And this is a situation whereby you wake up in the morning, when you turn around, it's her face you are seeing. You come out when you're late, it is her food you're going to eat. And it's her food that you'll also be eating forever. So men also need to understand that marriage is an institution. It has got its own laws, rules, and conduct. If you don't abide by that, then you're not ready for marriage. Now, what usually happens is, and some of the reasons why this quote-unquote Wababas also go for these young girls could be valid, but they are approaching it the wrong way. When you hit an obstacle, you don't turn back.
Yeah.
You find a way of addressing that obstacle. And if you find reasons why some of these old men go for these young girls, they'll give you excuses like, well, my wife is nowadays just amejiachilia, like she's quote unquote. I don't know how to say that she doesn't take care of herself. She comes to bed without showering,
She comes to bed with jeans.
Shati imeandikwa, singenge ni ng'ombe. She has cleaned the babies the whole day, gone to work, comes to bed, smelling sweat, some of them also talk about even very private issues, like, issues to do with women's health. Some men have also complained about women unhygienic, the women who, when they open up their legs, is a whole kind of aroma that comes out there. So it's a number of issues which can be addressed inside the marriage and through marriage counselors. Some also, they're just arguing, they're just issues of cheating, maybe the wife cheated. So the man says, okay, so you cheated on me, let me go and look for a young girl who can take off. Then there are also women who are just chaotic. The guy cannot stay in the house. So if the guy cannot stay in the house, the guy the lady cannot, the guy cannot stay in the house peacefully, because every time it will be this, that. So the man will always want, like, let me have my good time somewhere. And the moment you start quarreling, and I talk a lot to friends of mine who are married. Let me say, do you know that the more you get married, the less sex you have?
That is interesting, and that should be a topic for another day. The longer you get married, the less
people in marriages have lesser sex than people who are not married.
Okay. Interesting still. So how? But
So if you thought you're going to
enjoy
get married
sex,
because you're
but
going to
we
take
are-
sex, it has backfired on you.
Yes. And if you ask them,
Oh
but
my God.
the explanations they give you are really valid points, because the moment you start arguing with the issues that come, marriage comes with trust. The moment that you lose trust in marriage, you can no longer trust your partner. You'll not even have to spend with them or have sex with them. So what happens? You'll have to find it somewhere. If you are someone who can't control themselves, or if you can't handle that issue in the marriage. So that is one way to look at it.
Yeah.
So issues that can be addressed, they occur within the family, these old men with their wives. But then the other issue now, where we have the real issue now, is now men who are just promiscuous. So these are men who, they have no issues with their wives, or they have these issues, they can be addressed inside marriage, because nobody can ever change. I believe if you were in it in the first place and you knew what you're getting into, then you should be willing to overcome the obstacles that will come. So that's what they always say at the altar, that for better, for worse. This worse, now when things come to the worst, you've lost your job, for example, or there's a disease, or there's a terminal illness, will you still stay? All those questions. But then there are men who are just promiscuous. Anapenda too, like, they're humanizers. They want to try everything. I want to try a teenager, I want to try a campus student, I want to try another married woman. And those are the men now that we need to bring to accountability and question what is really their ethical background behind the relationships that they're having.
Okay, that was nice. Maybe I can tell you guys, I have had an experience with a married man, and as you have said, that it is financial, it is dependency.
Financial gain.
Yeah, financial gain. So married men will always come to you with promises, like the one I had and the one I encountered. The one I encountered.
The one you had.
No, the one I
encountered.
Yeah, I can say the one I encountered, or maybe I had. So this one came to me, and in the first place he lied that he's not married, and because I was a young guy, I was like, oh, this is not a married man. He was, by that time, that was back in 2018, he was turning 30. And they told me, oh, I am not married, I am just trying to figure out my career, and that time I was in politics. So then I was like, okay, we can give it a try. So before I even said yes to this man, I met the auntie, the family members. And then the family members were like, hey, how are you? You're fine, welcome to our family. Whoever who is going to win this fight will be the wife. I told them, like, what do you mean? And then because they were drunk, the uncle was like, there is someone at home, be ready to fight them. I'm like, okay. So that's when I came to realize this man is married. I ran. I murified. So this man, during that period, he had promised me, oh, I want you to, once you're done with your campus, I'm going to give you a job. And if I look at someone who's going to give me a job, he can barely survive. Like, it's just someone who's trying to find his way out, and because he have another family somewhere, he cannot provide whatever he's promising. So tell me, Sharon, what are the promises have you ever had that married men come with?
Okay, so I was told they would buy me this wallet and there will be no space for all
Where
of
will
you.
we be living?
I don't know. Okay, married men promises are big, vast, true. Ni vitu kubwa kubwa.
Yeah.
You know, someone tells you, now where are you going to work?
Yeah,
I can take off.
Yeah.
My beautiful angel. I can pay you your whole rent. Do you want to find a standalone house? Which car do you want? But then they don't normally fulfill these promises. These are things to, they just budge your head,
and lure you into them.
Yeah, and lure you into their
Intentions.
promises. Yeah. So I've really had a lot of promises, to be honest. But then when they normally approach you, they don't come with a label I'm married. They don't even tell you they're married, And then they like to lie a lot.
Yeah.
They like to lie a lot. Like why would a 30? And my dear, these days I don't know what's happening. Sorry to diverse. A lot of young men are married. You meet someone and you're just getting along well, then you see a profile.
They're married. Bro,
Of-
you're young.
of
Mbona unataka soko mapema?
1 year old. Like, why are you doing that to me? Yeah. So I've had a lot of promises.
Okay. DJ, have you had any promises?
Like I said, I've had not, I can't say encounter, but I've met people.
Your voice a little?
I've met you DJs don't shout a lot.
Because
Because they concentrate more on music and talking.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to try. So men can really give you big promises which they cannot fulfill. Or rather, the promises they are giving you, they've not even done themselves. Like someone is telling you he's gonna buy you land, he's gonna build you a house, he's gonna buy you a car, big phone, giving you money every time. And when you look at that person, in real sense, they're not capable of doing that.
Yeah.
So those are some of the promises that married men do.
And these are promises that when they are given to the young women, they just, because they don't have the financial dependency maybe from their parents, but now it's like another income coming in. They usually grab it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
So Evans, which is this promise that you've ever had your fellow man giving to a lady?
Well, as you ladies usually say, men can lie.
Yeah, true. Men can lie.
And a man will do everything to ensure that he gets into a woman's pants. Yeah, he will promise you heaven.
Yeah.
So, when was that? I think there's a time I had a colleague of mine telling another lady that for him he wanted a baby without a young lady. Of course, a baby, you want to get a baby through osmosis. There is a method and a process through that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get that baby, there's a land somewhere, in Gong, you'll get it. I'll build a house there for you. And if you think I'm joking, there is 20K for lunch. And he sent it. Just to show that she's serious. I'm like, oh. And the guy was loaded. The guy was loaded. So I think that was one of the cases that I met. But for me, I always ask myself one question. What is the intention behind starting a fire if you know you're not gonna put it out? You ladies are so emotional. You fall for what you hear.
Yeah.
Us men, we fall for what we see. But what you don't know is that a man can fall in love with you even before he proposes to you or he asks you out. Now, the only determinant whether a man loves you or not is after the encounter. That's why many men hit and then disappear.
Yeah, they hit and run.
Because that was their love. But the determinant of a man's dedication to you is, even after hitting those so many times, he's still serious about, which I also don't advocate, he's still serious about taking things with you to the next level. Yeah, so that is, I think that is one of the most, strangest cases I've had with men over promising stuff. But it's usually because they want to get a taste of so and so, the fresh juice.
Okay. And there is always this perception that these ladies have is that once he's taking care of me, why would I be concerned about their family? Like their family affair is their own. What do you have to say about it, DJ?
Yeah, there are ladies who do that. And let's say you decided to be a second wife. Yeah?
Indirectly.
Even when you decided to be a second wife, like, I'm getting what I want. If I want land, I own a house, I have it, I have kids, it gives me money, so why should I be concerned about the other family? So it happens. It's out there. Ladies, they're not concerned. As long as you give them what they want, they're just fine. They don't care if they get sick.
Even if your family is sleeping hungry, they don't care.
They don't care as long as they get what they want. That's how selfish right now. Yeah. So I'm only concerned with what can benefit them.
Okay. Thank you for that. Sharon, what will you say about young girls being selfish on, hey, I don't mind about your family?
Okay, I also concur with DJ. As long as I'm getting what I want, I'm not saying me. As long as they are getting what they want, the relationship is sustainable. Yeah. And that is one case. There is another case of now ladies who are attacking the family, abuse.
Oh yeah.
You know, abusing the wife, the kids, and everything. Especially if you don't meet their needs. Maybe you don't send them the 20K you normally send every week, or whatever money you do every week. So they will attack you, they'll expose you, they'll do all the dirty things. But then there are those who are umetulia tu. As long as niko na zangu 50 ama ngapi, they're just good. Yeah. And then there are also now these men who will come and tell you, but wait me, I'm just staying there because of my kids. Or I stay with a friend and her kids. Or we actually don't share a bed. We live in separate rooms. You know, all those lies. But now I think now that how we should address it should be this way. Like, why are we so gullible? How can I use that one? Why are we so easily deceived? You know very well this is a married man, anatoka kwa bibi yake in the morning. He goes back there, he has kids, they go for holiday, and you see the status and all that. Or you hear them speak via phone call, maybe the kids is sick and they're talking to their wife during that time, and you're there with them. You actually see everything there, but then you still
as long as I have my own.
Why are we so after money that we even at the expense of our health, our mental sanity, you waste your very prime years because this man is not going to marry. Why are we so after their families when we knew this relationship was not going anywhere? Like, why are we so? We should address it. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that?
So Sharon, thank you for that. Like, most ladies wanna assume that this man is not with their wife. They're not connecting properly with their wives. That's why I am here. But we should get this right. We're not judging anyone who is compromising. That's what we've said as we were beginning. But we should get it right in this way. A married man is a married man. As much as he tells you that, hey, you live in my heart, my wife and the kids live in the house.
What?
Yeah, they will tell you that. They will come giving you promises, telling you how much they love you. Like you said, they usually say,
I live with my friend and her kids.
Live with my friend. At 50, how do you live with your friends and the kids?
I'm only there because of the kids.
I'm only there because of
those kids.
I would have left.
I'll be living with you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that is there. And we have these men who again come. We've seen the men who come and they don't fulfill the promises. Every time it is, I shall, I will, I am going to. But there are these men who are our...
Actually, they don't even say that. They say noted.
It's noted.
Yeah, they don't know how to reply. Noted, baby girl.
Okay, history are noted in here. Sharon assignment. You can say your need. It's like noted. Umeambiwa noted.
So far, sijaambiwa noted. I think I'm in the bad side of the coin. Oh my God. I think me what my experience in life in wale wakudanganya. So sijapatana na noted anywhere.
Okay. So let me again ask you. This is the scenario. Umepatana na you are dating, because most of, let it make it clear to these men. Maybe they don't know, but this is it. Is this your girlfriend who is in campus or who is in 25 or 28? Let me tell you, they have a boyfriend somewhere. So you are facilitating life here. That is the truth that is always out here. Am I lying? In most cases. But a married man will put you in this case, yenye ataki kujua that you have a boyfriend. But then why a married man that jealous?
Hata sijui because hawataki kusikia uko na boys mwingine.
Hawataki kusikia. But this lady goes to an extent of having yule anatembea nayo kwa mataa. Is that true?
Maybe. Maybe not. But you see, I'm not that I'm defending the boy child here, but I think any man. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm not defending the boy child. In most cases, men want to own. And that is not to look at women as properties to be owned. But if I am going to be paying your bills, that's there's a phrase among men. It says that if women have a code, and I'm not breaking the code, but men have a code, and the code is never go and spend in a woman's house. You know the reason why?
But okay, I don't know.
Because you don't know who's paying the rent in that house.
Okay.
I think men have broken that bro code. It's not working anymore.
The men who have broken that bro code are no longer part of the men's society. We know.
They no longer attend the conference.
Yeah. Especially, do you know that today, as we talk, you will go to an apartment that is the rent is 15 or 18,000. For example, there's an apartment that was paying for 18,000 that time. And there's a lady who does not wake up in the morning. She doesn't go to work. You don't see her doing any business. She's not doing any online business at all. She has no laptop or something.
Yeah.
And I'm very sure she's not coming from a rich family. Neither is she selling gold or something. But she lives a life that is questionable. How could she afford it? So if you are seducing this girl and then you want to go and spend in that house, if you go to that house, I can tell you, the cost of just doing the interior decoration of that house is way above even what you'd be earning in this city.
Yeah.
So, which tells you that this is basically would not be a boyfriend who is financing that. It is someone else who's doing that. So, if you go ahead and spend in that house, chances are you are enjoying the services of another man in that house. And women know this story every day. A woman will never tell you where her source of income is coming from if you are her boyfriend, but she will want you to provide, and without you, ushaona mwanamke anafungiwa mlango hii Nairobi.
Okay. So what I can say, because a married man huwezi tembea naye mahali, but it's for a thing.
Magiz.
Like magiz ni vitu za usiku. And this is a lady. Vitu za giza. This is a lady who wants someone mwenye anaweza hata kiitwa sherehe mahali anaweza pia nayo. So this lady on the other side, just to make it clear to the married men dating small girls, they have their boyfriends. Yeah, you may not agree, but it is true.
It is true, yeah. I cannot.
So let me bring this scenario. DJ,
yes.
You have your boyfriend.
Yes.
Then you meet your guardian angel, destiny connector, I would say. So you have your boyfriend, you are trying to have your plans, you are executing your plans. The guy is presenting, I'm planning in the next 5 years. But again comes a destiny connector who is telling, hey, baby girl, where do we buy your dream car? And then you have your dream car. Baby girl, where do you want us to go for the destination? What will you pick between these two people? The one with the plan or the other one?
One with the plan.
Oh my God, that's really hot soup. It's good to be sincere. What the heart wants. The heart wants the car. It goes deep to Maldives and it wants that. But on the other hand, there's this boyfriend who has been there and maybe he's not providing. You know what I'll do? I'll just jump.
Wow.
Oh, you will jump
No,
to the best.
I'll jump to the car. Maybe I'll not jump forever, but I'll jump to the car.
Oh, so what you're trying to bring in is, for a moment, let me get what I want.
Yeah, because this
I can agree.
This life is too short, man.
Let me.
If you decline that car, and you'll never get a car from your boyfriend.
But this boyfriend has a plan, a 5 years plan. He's trying to execute it.
What is 5 years and that point? That 5 years and then we have that moment. Okay, what do you for real?
Okay, ever so do you
I know any other person will do that. So people might try to lie. That, I'll not. Maybe Kesi Badai, but let me get the car first.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Ivan?
You know what I wanted to say is that, okay, speaking from a man, of course, I'm hurt by what she said.
Sorry.
Speaking from a
man's
having
perspective, yeah.
with a 5-year plan.
With a 5-year plan of that.
Yeah.
You know what girls don't know, or what the female gender does not know, and you'll allow me to tackle here the female gender kidogo. What we always advise men is, women are never born to suffer.
Of course,
women are never born to
suffer. Were you born to suffer?
You know, look at the Garden of Eden. Look at the Garden of Eden. God creates the garden, he puts everything in that garden. Then he creates Adam and says, you are in charge of this property. In fact, it is said in the book of Genesis, for those of you who read the Bible, that inside there's a river called River Tigris, then there's River Euphrates.
Yeah.
One of those rivers was flowing gold. You know what gold means to today's society?
Yeah.
Money. So God put man in a state where there was money. And there was property and there was wealth. Once he was done, and now the man was resting, then he decided to bring in a woman. So at what point do you bring a woman in your life?
When you have money.
Exactly. So that's what we tell young men, that the dating scene as it is right now is very ruthless for the male species or for the broke men. And the way women are built, it's not their fault, by the way. It is naturally in them to look for value. So when a woman is looking for, there's something called hypergamy. Hypergamy is a state whereby the female species will always look for something that is of higher value, a mating species of higher value. So if you go to the dating market, and then I am maybe a 30-year-old young man as me, have my maybe Vitz there, then there's another guy who is 45 and he has got his Land Cruiser Prado 3000cc and all that. He has a home in Lavington and Kilalesha. Of course, we are not in the same game. This, if I'm dating a 25-year-old lady, already I've lost. Because trust me, this woman will sit down and compare, where is the value? Where am I getting more value? And of course it is the other man, whether he's married or not. So what we advocate, in as much as we are feeling painful, is men need to understand that women were never built to suffer. That is number one. If she's suffering, trust me, she's just being patient with you. But given a chance, she will flop that ship. She will flop that ship. So as men, you need to establish yourself. And that's why it's not that we're hating women. No, we really love them. We really love you people.
Yeah.
But we think that for you to come, we need you to come at a time and a point when we are established. And this is what personally I advise young men. Do not date or marry or even have kids if you don't have your source of gold.
Yeah.
Because it is that gold that when you go to the market, when you go to the market, it's not a matter of I have this degree or I have this big name. It is a matter of how much. How much? If you go to fuel, put on a fuel na 5,000, we on a fuel na 50,000. How much? That's where the value goes.
Okay. So, Madam Sharon.
Yes.
A BMW or Mitsubishi with a plan? A BMW from a married man, Mitsubishi man, boyfriend with a 5-year plan. Which one would you pick?
Okay. Number one, I love big cars. Personally, yeah. But it depends which plan. I have to see the plan. Which plan are you having? Okay. To be honest, I can't marry men.
Oh, you can't do married?
I can't.
Hata kikuja na millions.
Can I interrupt you for a minute? Let me speak for the men behind the curtains, the so-called Wababas. And since we're demystifying this whole scenario, let me tell you, a man in his 50s, maybe he's a minister, he's a cabinet secretary, all that. You know that in that position, let's say he's a politician who's dating a campus girl, they rarely have time for these women. That is number one. Because most of the time they're busy, but maybe he gets a break. Maybe today is Easter, on a Friday or on a Saturday. He's booking maybe a flat, she'll come today. But sometimes also things are different on the ground. He may spend on you, yes. But you know that, and as real as it is, he expects to give you the money, and you expect to give him sex. Sometimes that sex never happens.
Yeah, there's such scenario.
Yeah.
Most of these people, they also, at your 50s, of course, you're busy. There's something called erectile dysfunction, for example. Most of these men
Inakataa.
cannot even erect.
Imekataa.
You have the money, but you cannot.
So what usually happens is,
Oh, yeah.
you
I get what Evan's
it's true.
saying.
It's true.
Yeah.
Most of them have diabetes. Most of them have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Most of them are suffering from arthritis. They can't even move their waist. And the worst be it if they have got the, what do you call them?
The
kitambi. The
kitambi,
kitambi.
yeah.
There are some men that they have so big kitambi such that even when they go to pee, they can't see whatever is down there. So when some of these ladies, they know that, let me just take the money, because after all, even if we go,
nothing.
he won't do it.
Yeah.
Probably that is one of the ways he's trying to compensate or make up for what he doesn't have back at home. Maybe the wife gave up on it, so he's trying something else, or another technique that does not work.
Oh yeah.
So also being a mubaba also comes with a price, and ladies have known this over time, and that's why some of them also tend to fall for this price.
Yeah, so a lady can just see you, this mubaba approaching me,
Yeah.
but at this age, this he can barely do nothing.
Even at a kisimama, you can barely sustain it for a minute.
So that means he's trying to do the manly duties. He's trying to prove that he's still
He's still
There's something.
out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something is missing as a man, but he's trying to compensate for it out there.
But
But you are 25 or 26, you're so energetic, you can ride along. But when it comes to the actual case, nothing happens.
Okay. Talking about our destiny connectors, a man will come into your life now, change maisha yako kabisa. The other time I was being told that story, I was sharing with another lady that I am planning to have a podcast on this, and then she was like, do you know my mubaba became my destiny connector? Right now I am having 2 bikes on Uber delivery, each going at 130 Kenyan shillings. I have 2 wines and spirits running.
Yeah.
And because this person is a high profile person, it makes even her business experience easy, because people know that, hey, like the police or me, know that this wine and spirit and whatever belongs to this particular person.
Yeah.
So you find that maybe we may be against this mubaba issue, but there are a lot of people when you may gain from it. Because you will find a lady saying, I did mubaba for this period of time, but right now, see, I am driving. So what should you guys say? Sharon, you cannot do mubaba. But
okay. Yeah, I think there are those for sure. There are those for sure that you have to also show that you have value. They will actually ask you, so what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, and they can be your destiny connectors. Yeah, they can actually be your destiny connector, maybe for a good job, your career, or your business. Yeah, but then there are these mubabas. They are too business minded. They want you to do something. Yeah, they will want to elevate your life, and of course that is also a sign of depending on them. Money, at least you are depending on them. They will ask you, so unafanya nini size? What do you have? So I acknowledge that those, and if I get someone who would want to elevate my life to the next level, not really like going that one with them, but someone who I can recognize is a destiny connector, I can give it a try.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think you will find someone on what?
Of course,
someone who doesn't want to have intimacy with you, but he wants to connect you to your destiny.
On a scale of 10, you'll get to because it's a matter of what can I get from you.
So it's all about where is your nyota.
So that is why in most cases they go for campus girls. Those ones are in school. They are not outside here. They just want the rent paid, food, good time during the weekend. So they don't think so much about what can I do for myself right now, what business can I do, or what investment can I do. So they go for them. Hawatawasumbua sana. And like Evan said, by the way, sometimes they don't have so much time for you. So there is also a matter of emotional breakdown that you might experience when you have a mubaba. It's so lonely. People won't talk about it. It's so lonely to be a side chick to a married man. It's so lonely to be with a mubaba because why are you sending me 5K but I want to see you now?
You're present.
Like
and if the same baba who is going to tell you, I don't want you to have another man.
I don't want you to have another boy. You know, usiwahi jaribu kukuwa na watoto wadogo. Ni mimi tu. When someone is telling me they can't even stand 1 minute.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So you are torn between. Okay, for me right now, I understand. I understand why people have mubabas. I understand why young girls are chasing after mubabas or money. I understand.
Yeah.
So that is why I'm not going that direction. I understand why they are doing that.
Okay. Because there are several.
Then it's dynamic.
Yeah, it's dynamic. And again, another story that I came across the other time, that same period, when now I decided to have the same podcast. This lady was telling me that, hey, you know, my first encounter with a married man was when I was 22. And this married man found me a job in the government. Right now, I am living the best life because of this married man. Yes, as much as she was like, yes, we've been together, but occasionally, you cannot even tell how many times. But again, she was telling me that now when it comes to emotional connection with this man, it gets to a point in you just feel like, hey, I am lonely in this.
Yeah.
But again, you feel like the moment someone is providing for you, amekweka kwa maisha mzuri, you feel like this is the man that I want. But it's not there. Alikuwa ananiambia it gets to a point in this man was telling him, once I get home, I don't want you to call me. So, but you're my boyfriend. Sometimes I just need to connect you emotionally. Like, let's talk before I sleep. Or you cannot find that. But in the other hand, you're finding the financial stability and provide everything, and your life is okay, but not okay emotionally. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe.
Okay, can I interrupt you before you go to DJ?
Okay.
You see, the life of Baba, when you want to date a Baba or a married man, you have to submit to loneliness.
Oh.
Yes, you have to submit, especially emotional loneliness. You'll be having money, yes, but you're so lonely you cry at night. You just want someone to hug you, they're not there. You can't call them because they give you conditions. So for me, I would say, and even right now, I would date for puppy love. I would date to get loved. That is transactional, sex, money. No, I don't want that. Yeah. So I would say, date someone at least your age mate or just a few years above you to experience what pure love is, genuine love is, puppy love is. The one that you're just there, you're just staring at each other, but you're enjoying everything. They don't give you so much money, but you're still enjoying. Yeah. So when you're going to date these people, these mabas, they buy you cars, they give you a very big house that is so lonely also, you'll be crying there every day. You have to submit to loneliness, you have to submit to a lot of emotional breakdown, and at some point it might affect your mental sanity. Because you'll be here, he's telling you, I don't want to see you with another boy, because I just sent you 20. In fact, when you complain, he sent you money.
He sent you money.
Yeah, he sent you money.
But money and the emotions
they are totally two different things. That is monetary, this is emotional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So DJ, what do you say about emotional connection to Wababas? Is it just like, hey, let it be commercial, let it be give me, I give you, no connection?
I'd say there is barely emotional connection with Wababas. You know why? I second what she said. Like, you're not allowed to talk to this guy after he gets home. So if he gets home at 6 in the evening and he gets out tomorrow at 9, you talk to him after that.
Yeah.
See?
And
so you don't completely, because my wife will check, my kids, my everything. So it's you and him when he's only lonely. But when you're lonely, there's no one to give you company. So it's totally desperate.
Yeah.
It's
and that is where 8 to 5 relationship comes in. Like
Wow, I didn't see that.
Wow.
Yeah, 8 to 5 relationship where he only calls you on Monday when he's at work. At 5, it's done.
So you can imagine that time when we had Corona and people were working from home. So you can imagine those girls who are dating babas there.
Yeah, actually there were a lot
there is
of
no
conflict.
communication totally.
Yeah, so many marriages actually broke up.
Because this lady would like to have the attention that you usually have from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
But right now you're working from home, you cannot give it.
You cannot give. So you sneak. They sneak. Maybe I want to go to the shop and buy something. It's when now you get your 2 minutes. Or maybe 2 minutes of his time, and it's just over like that. So until when he gets another time to sneak out and get your 2 minutes. So it's always lonely at your side, but in his side, I think things are just okay. So he only wants you when he feels like get out. kind of lonely
Yeah.
to talk to you. But you, when you're lonely, there's no one to talk to you.
Okay. Yeah,
I think they do that to just spice up their lives. Their lives
maybe boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy I was telling you guys that I encountered, it's something that went for like 2 weeks. Then the 3rd week I came to realize the truth. Usually, he used to tell me, he told me that he's not married, but once he gets home, he's a late night person. He can even get home late in the night. But once he gets home, he cannot talk to me. He tells me that the moment it is my routine, the moment I get home, I just want to relax. There is this point that I get home, then just put my phone there until the following day morning. I'm like,
Hey, Whitney,
oh,
you didn't hack it.
I did until the last day.
Oh my God.
This must be a disciplined man, like phones and personal life. Like I get home, put my phone there. Actually, I was that naive, and that's why these campus girls get. I was so naive about that. Yeah, I'm finding this topic broad, like it's something that you can have a discussion.
You know, campus girls don't even have that information.
They don't.
That how can I think he's married? That he calls me baby. He tells me, he gives me money.
Yeah.
He calls me during the day.
He drives me around.
So,
Yeah.
They don't even have that information that you should maybe try calling at 11 in the night to see.
Do you want to break a home?
But you see, they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, the topic is so broad. Maybe if I just give each and every one of us to say their whatever, how do you call it? To give us the last comment.
Parting shot.
Parting shot. As you wind the topic. We start from. Let me start from the DJ.
So in the general topic of wababas and young ladies chasing after married men chasing after young ladies, I think let's not go with the wave of social media.
True.
So kindly, if you found anything that you say that if you think now you should start following our side, please don't. Have your stance.
Yeah, have your standard. And know what exactly you're looking for in that relationship.
Know what you want, what you're looking for. If your life was to dwell into the babas because that's where you find comfort, well and good.
Yeah.
If you feel like you cannot do married men completely, I'm like, my married men look like my dad, then just do you. Don't follow social media.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And Sharon?
Okay, so what I'll say is, when you are in this relationship with babas or married man, just know exactly what you're looking for. Don't get too naive to get too attached because that one is not going to marry you. That is the truth.
You will always go for.
If you're going to have sex with a married man, please have sex and go home. Don't call that man every other time because you will get attached. If it's maybe a contract of 1 month of sex, you need to tell that man, hey, I think maybe I need money and I'll be giving you sex. So that is it for me. Just do you. We are not here to judge, but you need to be aware. You need to be aware of what you want, and you need to be aware of what's also happening out here.
Okay. So, Mr. Evans, as you give us your parting shot, maybe you can tell us why is it that married men will always pick it on if something arises, they will always pick their family and forget about this other one. Maybe if the wife realizes, they will always go for their wife and forget about the lady. Then you give us your parting shot.
Yeah, it's true. So married men will, like you say, like the time goes married. I'm not going to leave my babies and my wife who has been with me. Maybe we started out when we were still in college. Then we've done over 25 years of marriage or 20. Then you want me to leave them for you who have just met the other day because you have got big bam bam.
Oh my God. Big bam bam was just chilling.
Or whatever it is that attracted me to you. I'm not going to do that. Ladies need to realize that no man will ever give you anything for free. The only man that a woman should trust is her father. In fact, even most fathers have also ended up disappointing their daughters. Fathers are failed to lead as role models. So you find that, and agreeing to her point, I don't blame anybody or anyone for being part of a single mother family. But there are cases where even parents have failed to model their daughters into the kind of women that they need to become in the society. And we are living in a cosmetic society to such an extent that everything is social. If you don't have the attention, if you don't have the money, you are a loser. So women are attracted to what they see online. So women need to reduce that pressure down. The fact that a particular socialite has this and you don't have that, because they are being sponsored, does not mean that you cannot make your own money and also just shine out the way you need to shine. So a man will never leave his family, his wife and children, for a relationship or a woman that he just met there. By the way, did you know that these Wababas were also at some point young boys?
Yeah, true.
There was at some point they were young like we are today. And they knew the rule of the game. It has never changed. I'll tell you something. A man who is maybe in his 20s, late 20s or early 30s knows that right now his value in the dating market is very low. So what he's saying is this. He says, yeah, it's true. What he says is this, in his heart is this. I'll spend the next 10 years of my life. I'm going to work for that money. Then I'll become the future mubaba.
Wow. So is it an aim?
It's an aim because their girlfriends are being taken away by the so-called mubabas because these people have money but they don't.
That is compensating.
Yeah. So they also said that, okay, no, well and good, no worries. You mubabas go and have babies. By the time I am 40, your daughter will be 19 and 20, and let's see when I'll be there. So my parting shot is this. Women need to work for their own money. I think this whole pressure is coming because women do not have the financial capability to support their own lives. Then students in campus need to realize that the world is not all about money. You know, we've also had girls losing their lives. Yeah, we have girls who have also contracted HIV and AIDS in the process of dating mubabas. Because if he has what tells you that if you are the life of mubaba, you're the only mubaba in his life, you're the only clandestine in his life, there could be other girls as well who also have boyfriends who could be cheating. Probably contracted disease out there, bring in and then bring to you again. So girls need to work for their own money. The world today is digital. There's a lot of information online. Ladies can sell products. You know, you don't have to work what you study in the area that you studied in. Then finally, also to older men, we need to lead by examples. If I am going to be dating a 19-year-old, 20-year-old who is in campus because she's naive, when I finally have a daughter, how would I want my daughter? How would I feel if my daughter is dating a man who's almost the same age as me? Of course, I will not feel good. So, as a man also and as the future men, we need to lead our daughters by example. The problem we have in this country is lack of men who can lead family. I want to have my daughter and I want to sit down with her and tell her that, hey, this is the world. This is part A, this is part B, this is how we play this game. If you take this route, this is going to happen. If you play this is going to happen, but you have the power to choose. But I want to give you the right mentorship. I want to empower you. I want to give you the skills. I want to expose you to people. So many girls are suffering with babas because of lack of power, because of poverty and lack of mentorship. So to men out there, also remember that you're the future role models. The kind of picture we portray today is going to dictate the kind of young girls and future mothers we're going to have.
Wow. Thank you for that. Guys, as you can see, you've heard from all of them, and it is a high time that you're bringing this to an end. It has been an interesting topic, having to have these amazing people on the site with me. You've had, let me know in the comment section what you have picked. Me, what I have picked is, hey, ladies, let's work for our own. Like, don't be enslaved by someone who is having their life going on. Just work for your own. Because the root cause is financial dependency, right? Yeah, so let's keep working, keep working. We're not judging anyone who is compromising, just as we said before. If you know what is taking you there, if it is good for you, go for it. But what I would advise, let's just work for our own. Thank you guys for staying tuned into this show. Thank you for always coming to watch our videos. Let us know in the comment section what you think about this topic and what other topics would you like us to have in the future. Before I leave, I will just again remind you guys, kindly subscribe. Press that subscription button and even the notification bell so that you will always be the first person receiving our notification when we upload videos. Otherwise, thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Adios.
Muchachos.
Yeah.
Right.